Karli Koskovich.
Snead's story actually begins here at Horizon High School. Not just the start of his quarterback career, but where he met the love of his life and in the mix, his business partner.
What would you tell the kids that are kind of trying to make this decision and where their next step is going to be?
Man, just be where your feet are, really, and just be in the moment and go wherever is the best spot for you.
The National Weather Service is saying June was the hottest in Phoenix since they started keeping record back in 1895. The average temperature was 97 degrees and recorded 14 days at or above 110. The previous hottest year was in 2021 when we averaged about 95.3 degrees. And this year we beat it by almost 2 degrees. So what does that mean for July? Well, I'll have the full forecast coming up for you later in the show. Horizon High School has been known to be one of Arizona's top baseball programs. With a reputation like that, can you imagine how hard those tryouts must be? Well, for Chloe McKendry, it was just another day as she made that freshman team alongside her twin brother, Aiden.
Playing from the field outside, playing with your feet to playing with your hands inside with no cleats on.
I don't remember it being too much of a transition. It was just hard being like, okay, bye soccer, I'm done with this for good.
All right, so we have another very warm evening tonight as 9 p.m. is still sitting above 100 degrees at 102. But as we hit 10 p.m., we're going to get some slight cloud coverage, bringing us a little lower at 99. But this past weekend, we did have a lot of rain, so we see the lows are just a little bit cooler than normal. But with that humidity, that 89 might not feel so cool. Take a look at that Flagstaff at 58 degrees. Yes, it looks cool, but like I said, with that humidity from this past weekend, it might be a little bit warmer. As for the highs, if you can stay indoors if you're in Phoenix, that is preferred because that 110 along with that humidity is going to be pretty brutal. 85 in Flagstaff and 94 in Tombstone, and it's pretty scattered around the rest of the country. As you can see in that Midwestern area, we have a lot of movement, but if you take a look at that southeast side of Arizona, we're fluctuating a little bit in thunderstorm and hitting us with that monsoon. Going into the rain forecast, you can see it's kind of spreading out throughout Arizona, hitting us in that southeast side around Sierra Vista and a little bit up north in the Grand Canyon as well, but it does miss Phoenix. So we are still sitting in that moisture from this past weekend, and it's kind of fluctuating in and out of rain, but the chances of rain are probably not going to hit us until this weekend. An athlete is only given a certain amount of time to make their mark on the world. Normally, those years are given to them during their college career. But as for the Bourget family, they're trailblazing that notion and using their athleticism to change the future. And I'm Karli Koskovich. What an exciting time to cover ASU sports. Let's start with football. A new era for the Sun Devils means new leadership. Head coach Kenny Dillingham has high hopes for cornerback Ro Torrance to step into that role of unlocking a new level within the defense. 1 year after coming through the transfer portal, Torrance now feels obligated to put the rest of the defense on his back.
He's all on this right now. Ain't nobody else. The call, yeah, he's on the call sometimes, but we still got to go out there and execute, so he's all on this. However, we're going to go as far as we want us to go.
Torrance has elevated his game even more, and everyone is noticing.
He comes out here and brings it every day. When he has a passion, when he's telling people to do things, they're like, man, that's Ro. So when you see a peer, somebody that used to be the guy who maybe took a playoff, say, let's go, let's go, let's go, right, and lead, those are the people respond to, because those are the guys who made a change, right, for the better.
I love the journey. Like, I embrace everything that comes with the game. Like, he challenged me back in the spring. After the spring was over, like, he wanted me to be better at certain things, and I just took that challenge on, and that's what I worked on over summer.
His leadership skills spread all throughout the team, and Ro's way of leading needs to be spread throughout the rest of Arizona.
Basically, just lean the right way. It's the right way to lead and it's the wrong way to lead. Like, just basically lean the right way, doing the right thing, being a good person, bringing all the guys along type thing.
Camp continues on throughout the rest of the week with the full pads coming out on Saturday. In Tempe, Karli Koskovich.
All right. So obviously you just spent your first game basically as a Sun Devil. What's different about this program than Michigan State?
Just a family culture to it. Dilly does great at that. So it's everybody just getting together and being a family in every aspect of life, on the field and off the field.
How are you feeling right now?
We lost today, but showed a lot of good things on offense. A lot of things I got to work on. So just getting back to working.
How would you describe your style of play?
I feel like I'm dynamic, right? So, I'm going to play within the offense and then make plays when they need to be made. But, yeah, that's right.
Grant Rossini is actually a Sun Devil and graduated with an MBA from the W.P. Carey School of Business. This past weekend, the Arizona Rattlers beat the Tucson Sugar Skulls in a need-to-win battle to move on to the playoffs. Struggling in the first half, the Rattlers came back out for the second and secured the comeback 44-37. After a slow start in the first half, the Sugar Skulls took the lead with less than a minute left right before halftime. Rattlers running back Jamal Miles recovered a missed field goal attempt and ran the ball back down, doing a cartwheel and finishing it off for a touchdown. The Rattlers pulled away from the Sugar Skulls in the second half, and quarterback Dalton Sneed and his team sealed the deal for the Rattlers by the end of the game.
You have at the same time. So, but our guys found a way. They stepped up, and, I'm proud of them. I was more concerned with how our offense was playing going in at halftime. I can't repeat what I said at halftime, but they got the message, and they came out and played well. I think we scored every drive except for the drive that we kneeled down. So, to run the clock out.
Heading into a bye week, the Rattlers are resting up before a must-win game against San Antonio to secure their spot in the IFL playoffs. In Los Angeles, the Phoenix Mercury defeated the Sparks 84-78 to win back-to-back road games for the first time this season. The Mercury guards Natasha Cloud and Kalia Copper combined for 56 points in their 6-point win. Cloud scored a career high of 31 points, and Phoenix pulled together to get the victory without Diana Taurasi. The Mercury are one game over the 500 mark and will play their next game at home against a 5-17 Dallas Wings team. Head coach Bobby Hurley was smiling big today as his Sun Devil squad rang in their 11th win of the season in a madhouse of ASU fans.
Desert Financial Arena erupted on Saturday, welcoming in the USC Trojans and the elephant in the room, Ronnie James. However, the Sun Devils seem to have gotten their mojo back after their tough loss against UCLA. And head coach Hurley is finally able to tell us how he really feels.
I'm sorry, I blacked out in that presser. I don't even really remember what exactly I said. But everyone did well today. All 13 participants were.
Togetherness and learning from their mistakes were the crucial points preached that led to this victory. However, junior forward Jemiah Neal believes the biggest part to this win was just letting the game come to them.
Or take what USC was giving to us, and they were sloppy with the ball. They don't really have a lot of ball handlers, unfortunately, because of injuries and that type of stuff, so we had to use that to our advantage.
Defense is offense in the world of ASU basketball, and a key component to that transitional success is nationally ranked junior point guard Frankie Collins.
Yeah, he's smart with the way he reaches. A lot of people think he's just out there playing, but he actually calculates when. He'll tell you, like, I'm going to wait till he bounces it the second time and I'm going to try to swipe. Or if he does this, I'm going to poke this way. So he really knows what he's doing.
Coach Hurley talked about the psyche of these players being so prominent to their play. But it looks like these Sun Devils are locked in and have their eyes on one prize.
Next up, the Sun Devils are on their way to Oregon in hopes to position themselves at the top of the Pac-12. In Tempe, Karli Koskovich, Inferno Intel.